Hello children, today we will continue with our unit 1 sources of history. In the last session we have discussed about the sources of history and Millennium Gallery. Now which are the sources of history? That paintings, documents, ornaments, utensils of clay and metal, tools of stones, idols, coins, bhojpatras, tadpatras, weapons made from stones, made from iron, old temples, forts, ponds, stepwells and travel diaries. So all these are the sources of history. From these sources we know the history. Okay. Now the Millennium Gallery. Now what is the Millennium Gallery? The information along with pictures about the incidents and events which took place during the 20th century was published in December 2000 by almost all the newspapers. This became known as the Millennium Gallery. Now in December 2000, when the 20th century was coming to end, here century, what is the meaning of century? The century is a period of 100 years. Century means a period of 100 years. When Sachin make 100 runs, we say that Sachin make a century. Sachin has made a century, right? So the period of 100 years is called a century. Now here 20th century means the period of 1901 to 2000. Now during these 100 years, during this 20th century, the incidents and events which took place was published in all the newspapers, almost all the newspapers. So this was become known as the Millennium Gallery. Okay. Now you have to point out these two things in your notebook. You have to write these 2 points in your notebook. Okay. Now here we show the sources of history. Now here there are bhojpatras and tadpatras. Now we will learn about what is bhojpatras and tadpatras. So let's see from the textbook. Tadpatras and bhojpatras. Now you can see here the picture, and you can see here this script which was written on tadpatras. Now we can know about the past through various sources, as we learned in the previous session, that from the various sources we can know about the past, know about the history. Now the Tadpatra and Bhojpatra manuscript written mostly in the Brahmi script are some of them. Now this manuscript was written mostly in Brahmi script, as our Sanskrit is written in Devanagari script, as this manuscript was written in Brahmi script. Now Bhojpatras are made from the skin of a tree named Bhoj. The tree named Bhoj, and from the bark, from the skin means from the bark, એની જે ભોજ નામની જે ટ્રી છે એની જે છાલ હોય એમાંથી આ જે ભોજપત્ર બનાવવામાં આવે છે, એના ઉપર લખાણ લખવામાં આવે છે. Now this Bhoj is a special type of tree which is found in the Himalayan mountain, and the script were written on its bark, on its skin in the ancient time. Now, although most of the Brahmi manuscripts have been destroyed by insects, Some are still preserved in temples, viharas, libraries and government museums. Now some of the manuscripts have been destroyed by insects and some are still preserved, means protected in temples, viharas, libraries and some government museums. Now using these sources we get a lot of information about kings, their administration and public life in ancient time. As through these sources we can know about the king, their administration and the public life of the ancient times. Now here the records in stone inscription. Here you can see this is the inscription, stone inscription. This script was written on the stone. Look at here. In ancient times, main incidents like achievements of kings, writing of orders and treaties with other states. Here treaties means agreement with other states, were carved on stones or metal plates. In the ancient time, the achievements of king, writing of orders and treaties with other states were carved on stones or metal plates, and these metal plates and stone writing known as inscription. Whatever written on these metal plates and stone writing was known as inscription. Now exist even today and are preserved in archives such as the National Archives of Delhi. We can see these type of inscriptions even today also. They are preserved, they are protected, preserved in archives such as the National Archives of Delhi. Okay. Now we will discuss about vessels, ornaments and tools in the next session. Okay, thank you.